Afternoon, sports fans. Here we are. We went down the lake. We come back up with some more fresh water. I'm boiling it up there now, and I'm going to put my coffee in there and just drink it straight out of the pot. I've been putting it in that plastic container. I'm not doing that anymore. Probably not the best thing for me. That PVC, so I'm just going to drink it straight out of the pot. It'd be nice. That coffee is delicious. It's Bella, I can't read it. Bellaroma. Yeah, it's bloody beautiful. Like I said, in Australia, that lowest price coffee would not be nice to drink. I wouldn't even drink it. But here, their lowest price coffee is like a $10 or $12 coffee quality. And all their food is like that. All their food, you think it's not going to be nice, but when you buy it and eat it, it's very high quality. And you have a look here in Switzerland, the farmers are well looked after here. The farmers are king here, and consequently the food that you get, even if it's not made in, could be made in Brazil, as far as I know, but all the food here, the cheap stuff is still of high quality. And that's because they look after their farmers. And what's the most important thing? Right? To eat nice food. And there it is right there. Proof positive for me. And I got my water out of the lake. And you get the water here, even if it's drizzling down after rain off a mountain. And it won't be there in another hour. It's clear. Perfectly clear. In Australia, it's like mud. Not right in Australia, it's just a fact. When it rains in Australia, the runoff is mud. Here, it's like out of a tap. It's just different. So I boil that water up like this one going to come to, and I got nice clear water in my coffee. I don't even have to put alum in there to sink all the gunk. But Switzerland is a beautiful place, and I got to tell you, if I could stay here, I'd stay here forever. I'm very much like Switzerland. Switzerland is the best country I have ever seen and been to in my life, by a factor of 2 times. That's how good it is here. I always wonder why Martina Hingis would leave Czechoslovakia and move into Switzerland. Why wouldn't she? She'd come here, maybe on a holiday, and think, holy moly, I'm staying here. Like me, holy moly, I want to stay here. But I've not got her money. But Switzerland is beautiful. Everywhere you look is a postcard. You don't have to buy a postcard. Everywhere you walk is a postcard. It's the sound of music anywhere you look. And because it is. The cities do not have skyscrapers where you have to bend your neck back to see the top of them. Even if you're like 100 feet away from them. None of that. It's all the sound of music. And all the houses are paint coated to look beautiful. The farmers drive their great huge tractors right through the middle of the town with all their produce on the back quite proudly. God bless them. And I tell you, if you're in a country and you want to get out of there because it's nuts and crazy, maybe like Canada or fucking the Netherlands or whatever it is, right? Look to a country where you see the farmer as king, where he's driving his big tractor along the road and everyone's getting out of his way for him. That's the country you want to stay, because that is good quality produce and at a fair price, and it's always going to be there because the farmer is just there. I can see his bloody cropped out field just right there. And you walk along the path, his crops are right up to the end. Parsnips, I think he had. And I recently learned parsnips are better for you than sweet potatoes. And you just grow them. I wouldn't touch them, of course. I don't want to go for stealing this. Even if I could take one, I wouldn't take one. Unless he bloody gave me one. But I tell you, the Swiss have got it worked out up here. They really do. I'm very impressed with Switzerland. Very impressed. And like I said, if I could stay here, I would stay here because it's beautiful. But I'd like to come back at the start of summer and then slowly ease into the winter with all my gear in it, so I could adjust and educate myself how to survive in the winter. But I see them guys now, I used to think they were nuts when they just have a tarpaulin and no tent underneath. Like, things can crawl on them. But now that I only got a backpack and I don't have any tent, not even a cover, you don't need that, because there's no centipedes bloody bigger than my thumb, or spiders bigger than my hand, and red belly blacks. And you wake up in the morning and you got ticks all burrowed into your skin, and none of that. And you look through your bag and there's centipedes in your bag, like in Australia. None of that. Not that I've seen. I spent 5 nights in the bush with just laying on the ground, and none of that happened to me. In Australia, I'd wake up and there'd be ticks sticking out of me. And I'll look over 5 feet that way and there'd be a bloody carpet snake curled up in the grass. And then I'll go to get my lighter out of my bag to start the fire, and there'd be a bloody centipede wrapped around the lighter, like a crab. And then the mosquitoes. Holy shit. No mosquitoes here. In Australia, the mosquitoes, I had a plastic raincoat on, and the mosquitoes can bite straight through that plastic raincoat. I'm there, oh, at least I got this plastic raincoat now, and the mosquitoes won't be biting me. Like fun, they just bite straight through it. They just bite straight through it like you got bare skin. And then the ants crawl up your legs and attack your balls. And there's none of that here. So now I know why they just carry a fly, because that's all you need, just so long you don't get wet. That's how it is. Oh, the fire's gone out, but I think the water's coming to a boil. Yeah, you see, look, see, it's not rolling, but for me, that would be done, but I'm going to do the proper thing, and I'm going to get that rolling. I'll stoke it up again, and I'll get that rolling, because that'll roll in a few minutes. And then I'm going to tip my coffee into there, let it cool a bit, and then I'm going to drink it straight out of the pot. So that'll be good. And then I'm going to do some more noodles, curry, onion, sweet potato. I've already put myself Scotch chisel and dandelion. I'm going to throw them in there. I found myself a escargot, but he crawled way off the table when I was talking to someone. he was a smart escargot. And otherwise, after I next water, he'd be in there. I just throw him straight in, cook him for 20 minutes. He'll be good. Yeah, what little bit of toxin comes out of him, I don't think he's got any toxin. He looked sprightly clean, that guy. But anyway, he crawled away. He was on the table and he crawled away. Thanks, sports fans.